Let's not waste time on
Good.
semantics.
So when you
Let's
mentioned that, my response was, if it is the question of people are suffering, that has been the term since the creation of Nigeria. You switch again, far away from this context, and start talking about standard of living, which was not the basis for the conversation or for your question. So, if you ask a question,
you've just come back
Dr.
from
Charles,
the UK, where you go to regularly
Dr.
to
Charles,
go and chill out with your
with your money.
No,
am I not right? Am I not entitled to use my money?
No, I'm not saying it's my money.
But am I not? Was I not going to the UK before I was appointed?
No. What I'm saying, I actually met you in the UK.
Well, I am a resident of the United Kingdom.
But anyway, look, let me move on to something so we don't waste too much time.
Okay.
Sort of, this sort of back and forth pat ball.
And I hope that you will avoid that.
One of the administration's central promises was to improve security.
Right.
Not just, all the way from 2015 till the present. That was one of your central promises. Yet many communities across Nigeria continue to face worsening banditry, kidnappings, and violent attacks. Why is that?
Good. And I pray to the God of heaven, you will permit me to answer.
Please.
Right. So we talked about the situation of Nigeria, right? We talked about Nigeria bordering countries that lead up to Sahel. We talked about, and it's a fact that the world can tell, the influx of terrorists into this terrain. In the month of May alone, we acknowledge the fact that we have seen these activities of the insurgents, the bandits. And it is so unfortunate that it is happening at a time when we're close to the election, which you see most of this crisis economy thing. But we try to tell Nigeria, because there are individuals who are in the forest as we speak tonight. They lose their loved ones because they are dying in the forest so we can have a free life. And it will not be fair to our security forces in the bush, in desert, in towns, engaging with these terrorists for us to sit here and talk about no success is made or that.
But you're not giving them. We're not talking about them. We're talking about your policies. We're talking about your approach to security.
Okay,
we're talking about how you, as a government, deals with insecurity.
Okay, permit me one second.
I'm not talking about the soldiers.
Okay, permit.
If you go and look at those soldiers, they will say to you that they're not getting the equipment they need to do the job. They will say to you that the percentage of the budget that has been released for them to do their job is minuscule.
I'll be happy to answer when you come to me and say they said, not they will tell you. But let me not be distracted by that. In the month of May alone, listen, the joint airstrike between the Nigeria and US killed 175 terrorists in the northeast, and several foreign ISIS trainers from Iraq were allegedly among the people that were killed. 2 days later, there was a strike that also resulted in the killing.
Allegedly. Don't you know that? You're a government spokesman.
What I am saying the report. Airstrike reportedly neutralized about 176 terrorists. And please don't distract, because you will soon say time has gone. I want to, you see, this government is not, we are not being fair with the government.
Because
several foreign trainers from Iraq were allegedly killed, right?
Yeah.
Now, Borno strikes targeted ISWAP camp, logistic hub, weapons, their cache, financial networks, and the surrounding. Now, intelligence reports suggest that the disrupted terrorists are those we killed. That area was for training, drone operation, and command structures. Let me also say, the key leaders of the terrorists that were killed were Abu Bilal al-Munuki, Abu al-Wahab, Abu Musa al-Mangawi, Abu al-Mata. These are major people, and the clearance operation is still ongoing. Joint military operation had in Kay with the US 2 days later on the 30th of May also killed about 21 ISWAP. The camp were probably destroyed. The troops of the 12th Brigade of Nigerian Army rescued 23 kidnapped passengers in Kogi. The abduction occurred along blah, 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 blah. Then you see the number of the troops responded. You see the Toyota and the victims recovered. These people ran away. The troops of Operation Fazang Yamma rescued 31 kidnapped victims and neutralized 5 terrorists. 31 kidnapped victims were rescued. 5 terrorists were neutralized. You come back on the 19th of May in Edo security operation. Troops of 4th Brigade Nigerian Army arrested 12 suspected kidnappers and collaborators and drug operation kickpin. They were nabbed. Then you come back again, you see all suspects and recovered items were handed over to the police. Whilst we talk about the suffering, whilst we talk about the killings, while we talk about the kidnap also going on, we also as government deem it fit to bring to the Nigerian people.
Let me tell you
I'm coming. The progress that the Nigerian government and the President Bwala Tinubu's late administration is making in this regard, as a way of encouraging them to know that government is doing its best, and we are going to put that one behind us.
Well, you didn't answer the question that I asked you. They're getting a tiny percentage of the budget they need to carry out.
The reason why I did not answer, because it wasn't a question. You say if you ask them. You say if you ask them.
Look, okay, let's just
you say if you ask them.
Let me say this. You've cited a lot of the elimination of terrorists and criminal leaders and so on. And we commend the Nigerian security
But do you
forces.
emphasize it in the media? You don't.
Excuse me.
But you don't.
We do actually.
No, you don't.
We commend the fact that they do, that they've achieved those things. But many Nigerians judge security by a simple measure: whether they can travel safely on the roads and sleep peacefully at night. Whether many communities across the country continue to face worsening banditry, kidnappings, and violent attacks. I'll give you one simple example.
Okay.
In 2016, myself, my driver, and a cameraman, we took the car and drove from here all the way to Daura, to President Buhari's village, hometown, and drove all the way from Daura without any security, nothing, to Calabar in the southeast, stopping in different towns and doing reports from there. I would be insane to think of doing that.
In 2026, members of Arise TV have traveled from Abuja to Kaduna without being
Abuja to Kaduna is a very short.
But before,
it's a 2-hour
yes,
drive.
but before as
what about the rest of the country?
I'm coming. Before President Bwala Tinubu came on board, you couldn't do that without serious security because it's an every week affair. Yet in 2026, people have been traveling from Abuja to Maiduguri. People have been traveling from Abuja to Adamawa. People have been traveling.
Have you traveled from here to you're from Borno State?
I'm from Borno State.
Have you driven from here to Borno to Maiduguri?
Oh, I don't think the entirety of the interview today.
Well, I'm coming. You're from there. Do you feel secure?
I want to be very honest with you.
Right.
I don't think I was called on this interview to answer questions, but to put words to me.
Oh, come
because
on.
Each time I make the effort to answer, I'm coming. And I'm saying that because you're one of the most prolific and respected, and I still maintain my respect. But I'm saying that so that it doesn't happen tomorrow. When you called us to ask us questions, I beg you in the name of God to allow me to answer. Well, there will always be follow-up. You can rebut it. We don't get that as the governing party. I have to say it clear to Nigerians. When members of the opposition come here, they have a field day without follow-up, without interrogation.
That's not fair.
There are times where even the members, there are times even members of the media do the opposition case for them instead of allowing them to come and put up the case for themselves.
Right.
Like me, you have never called me and I don't show up.
That is true.
But I hardly get the time to answer the question. That's a fact I have to say. I have never in any media platform raised that. Do you know why I'm raising it before you?
Why?
My respect for you. And I know that you will deal with this situation. There are places I won't say that. I will flow with the moment.
Somebody is texting me, calling it emotional blackmail.
No, look at the other day. Atiku came and got 1 hour. Peter Obi came and got 1 hour.
Atiku didn't get 1 hour. None of them got 1 hour.
But they got more than 30 minutes. I follow your program.
No. If you bring President Tinubu, who is their presidential candidate.
Yes, but
on their level, they competed against President. To bring President.
But if you tell,
we'll give him.
But if you tell me that coming to debunk the two of them will be within the period of 15 minutes, and you will allow me within that 15 minutes, I'll debunk it.
We didn't give you. We've given you half an hour.
No, it was not half an hour.
It is.
But let us proceed. It's also half an hour.
It is.
Look, I am making a request that because sometimes, let me be honest with you, Mr. Charles.
Yeah.
When a question is put forward, and the person who is being interviewed is unable to learn in the flow of thoughts, and midway he's interjected. Sometimes what goes out of the media and becomes a breaking news is a totally mischaracterization of what happened. Well, and I've seen that over time.
Yeah, but I'm sure you understand that you're somebody who's traveled a lot internationally. Yeah. I mean, I've heard you on the BBC, CNN, and all the rest of it. we give you actually much more time here than they would ever give you on any of those programs.
Is the nature of their program.
Supposed to be
is the nature of their program. There was a time a program in Arise. There was a time morning show. They will be interviewing you for close to 3 hours. When they build up guests, then they started segmenting 20, 30. I'm a media person.
Anyway,
my first contact with you, if you remember, was in London.
Absolutely.
Many years ago on Arise TV, you interviewed me.
That is true.
So we've been around the block. And we're approaching election. It will not be nice that the governing party, just because there are situation for opposition want to take over government and the rest, I don't fear any question. Is the reason I went for Mehdi's program, even though I knew PDP at the time briefed him. So we don't fear.
Yeah.
The government of President Tinubu, the government of President Tinubu is transparent. If we are given the opportunity, I will give you not 1, 10, 20 of what we have done.
Okay. Well, you've spent a lot of time talking about the fact that you're not given an opportunity.
Because it's important.
Because you actually had the opportunity. You spend that. But now I have the rather
You will ask question, we don't interject. When the minute we open our mouth to start
telling you that
questions,
we've run out of time.
Because
I know that's what you're going to say. But you took a lot of time to talk about the fact that you're not given.
So I have a special request to you, sir.
Yeah.
If you can, any time that you have convenient for you, you create time for this interview, bring up all the cases of the opposition and what is going on in Nigeria. But my request is...
How about if we have you debating a member of the opposition?
When the campaign starts, we'll do that. But before the campaign, I will not like that distraction. Right. But once the campaign starts, I'll be there. But whenever that time comes, I will appreciate when a question is put forward.
And when are you going to bring your principle? And not necessarily to this program, but to the media.
He's always talking to the media.
He's not always talking to the media.
He's always talking to the media.
Do you compare him to people like Donald Trump? How much Donald Trump constantly briefs the media. It doesn't matter what you say.
Do you want to interview President Bwala Tinubu?
Compare him to people like Cyril Ramaphosa in South Africa.
Do you want to interview President Bwala Tinubu?
I would be happy to interview the president.
I will speak to him about it.
Very good. Yes, Daniel, I want to thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nigerians at home and abroad, welcome back to Better TV. After watching this interview, one thing stands out clearly. When ordinary Nigerians talk about hardship, hunger, insecurity, and unemployment, they are speaking from real-life experiences, not from statistics on paper. Today, millions of Nigerians wake up every morning wondering how they will afford transportation, food, school fees, rent, and medical bills. The average citizen is not asking for luxury. They are asking for survival. When government spokespersons defend the administration, Nigerians expect answers. They expect explanations on why insecurity continues to claim lives in many communities. They expect answers on why kidnappings and bandit attacks remain a concern in several parts of the country. Even international organizations continue to identify insecurity as one of Nigeria's major challenges. The reality on the streets is different from what many officials say on television. Market women are struggling. Small business owners are struggling. Graduates are struggling to find jobs. Families are cutting down on meals because the cost of living has increased dramatically over the past few years. Rising transport and food costs continue to put pressure on households. Now, to be fair, the government argues that economic reforms are necessary and that they will produce long-term benefits. President Tinubu recently stated that the reforms are stabilizing the economy and attracting investment. But the question Nigerians keep asking is simple. When will the benefits reach ordinary people? Because economic growth means little to a family that cannot afford 3 meals a day. Statistics mean little to a trader whose business is collapsing because customers no longer have purchasing power. Many labor groups and civil society organizations have warned that poverty, insecurity, and hardship are pushing many Nigerians to their limits. This is why interviews like this are important. They give Nigerians an opportunity to compare what government officials are saying with what they are personally experiencing. As citizens, we must continue to ask questions, demand accountability, and hold leaders responsible regardless of political party. Nigeria belongs to all of us. If the government is succeeding, Nigerians should feel it in their pockets, in their security, and in their quality of life. If people are still suffering, then more work needs to be done. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think Daniel Bwala successfully defended the government, or do you believe the concerns raised by Nigerians remain unanswered? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. This is Better TV, where we bring you the conversations that matter.